Yo, picture this. Deadpool, your friendly neighborhood mercenary with a mouth, chilling in his PJs, right? Suddenly, bam! The X-Mansion is in chaos. Turns out we got a serious situation on our hands. We talking about Cassandra Nova, Professor X's evil twin sister. And she's not here for tea and crumpets. She's merged with this crazy powerful entity called the Time Ripper. Talk about a bad hair day. Our mission? Separate those two before they mess up the space-time continuum. You know, because messing with time is never a good idea. Unless you're Marty McFly. But that's a whole different story. Now, you might be wondering, why Deadpool? Well, besides being a ridiculously handsome and charming guy, he's got this weird connection to the Time Ripper. Don't ask me why, it's probably some complicated comic book thing. So, there we have it. Deadpool, the unlikely hero, thrown headfirst into a time-traveling, dimension-hopping adventure. Buckle up, folks, it's gonna be a wild ride. Speaking of wild rides, guess who decides to tag along? None other than Logan, aka Wolverine. Now, you know Wolverine doesn't volunteer for anything, especially babysitting Deadpool. But hey, even grumpy old Logan can't resist a good time-traveling adventure, right? Besides, someone's gotta keep me in check. Or at least try to. And so, our unlikely duo sets off on a mission to save the universe. Again. Because that's what we do. We fight bad guys, crack jokes, and look good doing it. Well, at least I do. Now let's talk about the mastermind behind this whole mess, Mr. Paradox. Don't let the fancy name fool you, this guy is bad news. See Mr. Paradox, he's one of those villains who thinks he's the hero. He's obsessed with fixing time, which basically means controlling it. Controlling everything and everyone, like some kind of cosmic puppet master. And guess what his latest bright idea is? He wants to use the Time Ripper to rewrite history. You know, get rid of all the bad stuff, all the pain, all the times I tripped and fell in front of everyone. Those were embarrassing. But here's the catch. Paradox needs a specific reality to make his grand plan work. Earth 1005 to be exact. And guess who just happens to be hanging out in Earth 1005? You guessed it, yours truly. See, in this reality, I'm not just any old Deadpool. I'm the top dog, the big cheese, the head honcho. President Deadpool, if you will. And my job is to make sure Paradox's plan goes down in flames. Now, being the leader of the free world comes with its perks. I get a sweet pad, the White House ain't too shabby, a fleet of awesome cars, I'm partial to the ones with the flame decals, and an unlimited supply of chimichangas. But it also comes with responsibilities, like, you know, saving the universe from power-hungry maniacs. No big deal. So there I am, President Deadpool, ready to take on Mr. Paradox and his crazy time-traveling shenanigans. And trust me, things are about to get really interesting. Because when you throw Deadpool, time travel, and a villain with a god complex into the mix, you're bound to get some explosive results. Literally. Okay, so Cassandra Nova, Professor X's evil twin, is basically a walking nightmare. Imagine the Phoenix Force with anger management issues and a serious case of sibling rivalry. Now imagine that walking nightmare merged with a being that can control time itself. Yeah, not a pretty picture, right? Cassandra, being the power-hungry maniac that she is, saw the Time Ripper as her ticket to ultimate domination. She figured, why settle for ruling just one world when you can rule all of time and space? And with Paradox whispering sweet nothings in her ear, promising her even more power, she was ready to unleash chaos on a multiversal scale. But here's the thing about villains. They always think they're the smartest ones in the room. They underestimate the power of teamwork, the bonds of friendship, and the sheer unpredictability of a guy in a red suit with a healing factor. Yeah, they never see me coming. So while Cassandra was busy playing cosmic dictator, we were busy formulating a plan. A plan so crazy, so audacious, so downright brilliant that it just might work. Or it might blow up in our faces. Either way, it was gonna be epic. Remember that whole President Deadpool thing? Yeah, well, it gets even weirder. See, turns out Paradox didn't just need Earth 1005 for his plan. He needed me, or rather, a whole army of me's. I'm talking about the Deadpool Corps, baby. A multiversal team of Deadpools, each one more ridiculous than the last. We got Dogpool, Headpool, Kidpool, even a Deadpool riding a dinosaur. It was a sight to behold. Now, you might think having an army of yourself would be awesome. And don't get me wrong, it was pretty cool. but it also meant dealing with a whole lot of me. And let me tell you, even I can get sick of myself after a while. Especially when we're talking about multiple versions of me, all vying for attention, cracking wise, and fighting over the last chimichanga. It was pure chaos. But hey, the fate of the universe was at stake, so we put aside our differences and our shared love of chimichangas and got down to business. We trained, we strategized, we argued about which Deadpool was the most handsome. Spoiler alert, it was me. And when the time came, we were ready to face the Deadpool core and take down Paradox once and for all. Because that's what heroes do. We fight, we joke, and we always save the day. Even if it means teaming up with a bunch of alternate versions of ourselves.